live, uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, all right, all right. This is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser. I am live. I am the Chicago Crime Chaser. I am the Crime Chaser. Martin G. Johnson, live. This is my podcast, and as a lot of you know, that I switch over to the podcast and get off the dance floor for a little while, but I'm here to bring us some political crimes. I'm not necessarily chasing crime like that anymore, but I'm talking about the political crimes now, the crimes that affect us all in one way or another. Come on in and talk to your boy tonight, and we're going to talk about Chicago politics. And we know that the world is watching us. We have ICE that's in town. They are arresting, as some say, they're kidnapping and people. But as I always say, that when it's an influx of immigrants, it's never good, especially for black folks, especially for black people. So I still hold on to that. I stand on that. And I'm with immigration. If Trump stay true to his word and seek out the criminals, the violent criminals and the drug dealers and all that, I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. I'm with that. Hold on, people. Yes, sir, brother. I'm live. Yeah, I'm on right now. Yeah. You want to say something to me? No, no, no. You ain't, they can't hear you. Nothing like that. I got the microwave. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, buddy. Thank you. All right. All right, people, come on in. Hit a call. Take a call. My buddy, he called me. Say he just wanted to holler at me, but on live real quick. Sorry about that interruption. And I support it. Now, who do I blame for the shutdown? I blame both parties. It's not the Republican Party only. It's not the Democrat Party only. Now, I don't care which side of the wing you represent or you stand for or who you like. It don't make no difference. It's both parties. It take two to get this thing shut down. And a lot of people that I'm hearing are receiving partial payments of their SNAP benefits, which is never good, never good. Well, you said, well, Martin, they need to go get a job anyway. You know, man, yes, some of them probably need to go get a job. I'm with you on that. But right now, they don't have a job, so they need something, some type of supplemental income. Real talk. And I'm glad you guys are here tonight, and we're going to take some calls. And I was talking to one of my coworkers. He said, man, y'all brutal. He said, especially the old lady. But listen, like I told him, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, I'm not mad at one migrant at all. They're only taking advantage of the opportunity that has been given to them. Yep. Hold on, y'all. My phone ringing again. Hold on. Hey, big bro. Okay, cool. All right. All right. I'll be there. I gotta be. It's probably gonna be like 8:39. Okay, thank you. All right, brother. All right. And see what I'm saying, people. Excuse me, I had two calls. Everybody called me tonight. Normally I'd have been on by now, but they didn't know. So I'm saying I'm not mad at no migrant. I'm upset at the politicians, the policymakers. That's who I'm upset with. You know, and we're gonna talk about that later on in another podcast. We're going to break down what happened about 100 years ago. This same thing happened. And when they put a number, a cap on the migrants that can come here in the U.S., black folks prospered. The middle class just went out the door. I mean, just grew. Telling you, when I see my people, when I say my people that look like me, committing drive-by shootings, snatching and grabbing, armed robbery, burglary, it bothers me. It bothers me. Then when I ride down the street, when I see people that don't look like me, that don't have no connection here in the U.S., as being a citizen, working all these jobs, I don't care if they're making $2 an hour. And I know that's a myth. These construction jobs, they pay very well, especially if they're union. Now, y'all talk with me tonight. We're going to talk tonight. I hear black people, well, they doing the job that we don't do. Quit barbershop talking. That's what that is. It's probably, if you go in some communities on the west side and even on the south side of Chicago, Inglewood, our Spanish brothers and sisters are buying homes without a Social Security number. It's called an I-10. And they're getting homes, and they're going in there rebuilding them. It is what you call the barter system. Okay, Martin, you fix cars. I'm going to do your drywall. You fix my car. So that's what it is.
Has joined.
We got a caller. I don't know who this caller is, but I'm kind of curious. 6847. How you doing, caller?
What you say, brother? How you feeling?
Hey, my brother. That's who called me, y'all.
Doing?
Hey, brother. Talk to us, brother. Talk to us. I know your passion.
I was, man, I was just driving around and you look up to the sky and you see the airplanes, right?
Right.
And I saw one plane, and then here come another one that was kind of close. And then it kind of occurred to me a little bit that both the Democrats and Republicans are on these same flights, right?
Like
you talking about same bird, same pot, right?
Uh-huh.
And then when you think about, even with pay, air traffic controllers burn out more than any other profession.
Mm-hmm.
You know anything or seen any of these movies about what these air traffic controllers have to deal with? They're under the gun. Now, think about how they feel right now. And look up in the sky and you see these airplanes coming in and out. How the hell do you think they feel going through all of that and knowing that they have no paycheck? And again, regardless of, like you said earlier, if you're on the left wing or the right wing, it's still the same bird.
Still the same bird.
But in this case, everybody in the same damn plane.
Mm-hmm.
So is it worth the risk for these political games to play to go to Vegas with people's lives? You want to play the lottery. That these guys are going to work for free. The politicians that are making these decisions, they getting paid, ain't they?
They have not missed one check, brother, since the shutdown.
They can ask a lot of questions, don't it?
Mm-hmm. What they tell you?
Yeah, and I'm glad you got this thing open tonight. But like I say, that ought to be a unifier for Democrats and Republicans alike. Just look up to the sky and then think about what these air traffic controllers are up against. And then think, do you want to get on an airplane knowing that, again, what they do today, they reduce the amount of flights. I guess they call themselves making it easy for people that's going to come work for free.
Right.
Who the hell works for free?
Thank you.
And they don't even want to say that they want to pay these people all their back pay too. So
what?
Just think, they was already under Yeah, they was already under the gun with the the burnout factor
Right.
associated with that job. To be air traffic controller. Then to give these people the extra burden of wondering, do I have enough gas money? What am I going to tell the landlord? They're getting ready to cut the lights off. I mean, this makes no sense. And I agree with you. They ought to put up a new amendment in the Constitution that if the government shuts down, all the damn politicians get fired. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start again. And
has joined.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking. Mm-hmm.
Do an amendment, fire all of them.
Yeah.
Fire all of them, and let's do a campaign finance reform, because that's the problem. That's why we got billionaires in government right now, because they relaxed all the damn laws that prevented the billionaires from taking control. I mean, that's what Roosevelt and them was fighting about back in the day. That's why they had the Telecommunications Act of 1942 to prevent all of the damn monopolies that took place after the Telecom Act in 1996. Just think about it. If it wasn't the Telecom Act in 96, you wouldn't have corporate control of the media, newspapers, radio stations, TV, and they got rid of all of the news departments at the black radio stations overnight. We've been like frogs in water. People don't know what's going on. But when's the last time you heard an editorial? I'm gonna get out the way and let everybody else talk. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all.
Man,
and
I appreciate you for those.
Too.
I appreciate you for those words of wisdom and knowledge and all that. 609 area code. Come on, caller. We ain't gonna waste no time. How you doing?
Hi to everyone.
Hey.
I'm gonna try to make it short.
Okay.
Basically what I want to say is that if we realize that 80% or more in Israel are Russians, okay? And another thing I want to say, because the Palestinian versus Russians, which is Israel, and now Nigeria, they are going to Nigeria, and they are trying to say something that has to do with Christians, if you will. And at the same token, it could be that they're there to, if God leads them to help these people, or either they are there to drain their oil. They have the most prominent oil, which is though you don't need a lot to basically you don't have to spend a lot of money. Okay. And the next thing I wanted to say is that at the end of the day, my dream is to have another second Million Man March for Black people. In other words, while all this fight is going on, I remember back then in 1995, Farrakhan, he did that march. And I promise you, it's a lot of men came back home to be fathers. It's a lot of men that came back home to be brothers. And it changed everything. So the main thing we need a reoccurrence, a second Million Man Walk. And from there, it changed a whole lot, even though the drugs was going on in that bad time. But at that same time, we seen results. I know my brother-in-law and different men in the family, they were cheating on their wife and doing all kinds of things, left home. But when that Million Man Walk came, it changed a whole lot. So I'm going to cut out of here. I just want to let y'all know, whatever we need, I'll fight. This other fight that's going on has nothing to do with us. They're trying to bring Nigeria for spiritual, talking about Christian, to touch in our heart. But what I want to say to y'all If we can get them a march again, I promise you that we can get to the next level. And that means that the fathers, the black men, $1 million walk, they brought their sons, they brought their cousins, they brought their uncles, grandfather. If we can set up something like that, to unify, this is I know Farrakhan, he's up in age. And basically, like I said, I don't know who will be the leader, but whoever can lead this, I promise you, we can go forward. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm just going to sit back and listen to the rest of y'all. That's all I want to say. I promise you.
All right. Come on, Trina. Trina.
Yeah. So I think it's important that people know that this government shutdown can only be ended by the people that are sitting there shutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be ended in court. It can't be ended by a specified amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know how long. This is the longest in American history for a government shutdown. Before this, it was 2019 with 35 days. We've entered into the 36th day. So this is the longest shutdown in American history. As far as the SNAP benefits, be grateful for what you got. Be glad they squeezed it on out. And don't look for anything in December. Because this was an emergency funding to where they knew they had half the funds to begin with. I don't know about the $20 million that Pritzker sent into the pantries. I think it should have just been like, I don't know how that goes. Illinois is a big place. I don't know how far $20 million takes you when it's 1.9 million people on SNAP. It's just like, that's $20 a piece, $10 a piece, So that's not going to really get us far. So we have to be strategic with what they did give. You got to be strategic with the small portion they gave, and be prepared. Be prepared in case you don't have anything for December, because it won't be another emergency grant given. They have to reopen the government or you will not receive benefits.
Wow. Because I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me that this lady that usually get over $1,000 some dollars or something, she only got 300. And I heard another brother said that he only got $12. I guess he's a single man, so I guess no children.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, what are the person supposed to do? I don't get me wrong. I believe that we all should work, but while we're not working, I believe that we should get government funds. That's what the money is for. I mean, we pay into this. Now.
Yeah, you don't know what someone's situation is to why they're receiving those benefits. They vet you to make sure that, you're eligible for those benefits. And it's, it sounds a lot like $1,000, you must have a lot of dependents, that need that money, that need that food. And, so when you're looking at someone who's in need like that, that's really heartbreaking to hear, And this is really going to be a crisis because, like I said, there's no set time, there's no court that can intervene. It's all upon the will of those that are making all the decisions for the few of us. And so it's like that, we have to hold everybody accountable. And, this isn't a grocery store that you can just shut down. This is a government. We have people who are working that, they were eligible for a payday loan protection, get payday loans from Navy Federal and a few other banks, federal employees. They were able to get, like loans for their paycheck, paycheck loans at 0% interest, which is really good. But how many loans are they going to extend to them? about how many loans, how many loans are they going to be able to provide for everybody? And also, if you're purchasing a home, you won't be able to do that because the government is shut down unless you want to miss out on a home buyer discount or any other things. If you're getting a Fannie Mae loan, the federal government is shut down. Small business loans, you are able to receive those at this time as well. So it's a lot that under that umbrella, maybe you are in the process of buying a home. This is a really bad time. It's just really bad. And so it's the problem is I think a lot of people have been sitting there too long. So why they bringing it to our attention that there are no king days, there's no kings, and there are no queens. We already know that. So we need to look at who's been sitting there for long spans of time, and it's time for them to go. Maxine Waters, it's time to go. Mitch McConnell, it's a lot of people that have to go. They've been there too long. And, they've gotten to the point where they feel like it's okay for them to get paid because they're getting paid. All right. And nobody else is. National parks are closed. It's just too much going on. Trump's cabinet is all in the military bases. I researched that. And it's an unusual amount. Historically, way too many people that haven't, that's basically 80%. Like, what is going on? I know they received threats because of all of the immigration stuff, but what else is going on? Because you see the collaboration with everybody together. The people are divided,
right?
But it seems like the politicians are not. So when I see Pritzker has state troopers out and state police out with, dogs, for protesters in Broadview, when he's encouraging protesters to, go at it with, federal agents, it's like, what the hell are you doing? But it was after the whole SNAP debacle. You see what I mean? So I'm trying to see if that plays anything into that, but I definitely think they working together behind the scenes.
Well, they are.
And,
Trina, I believe that. I mean, come on now. You can't shut the government down. It takes both to shut it down, so I believe they working together. See, we got this thing. The Democrats don't like the Republicans don't like the Democrats, and so on and so on. But guess what? Who's getting the butt end of it? We are. Now, black people, as my brother just said, he texted me, are being affected about SNAP benefits. But also the MAGA people, they really, now, white folks, when they don't get their money, they know how to make some noise. And that ain't the word that I really want to say. They gonna make some noise. Trust me. It won't be just black folks so-called running into stores, taking stuff and all that. See, they're quick to put us. Go ahead.
When you run in and take everything, that is just going to be gone. And then it's just going to be more secure. They're expecting that. I mean, like, as far as running in the stores, like TikTok, people late on that. They talking about it's going to snow this weekend. So putting it together, all of that stuff, they not worried about it. They got everything in order. They got the heart machine on their side and all of that. They're making rain on you. They ain't worried about it. Making snow on you. Come on out. Do whatever. And then that's all that's going to do is bring the National Guard out on you. Go ahead. You think they working together. The Democrats are holding up the votes we need to reopen the government. They needed to make people mad enough to get all of their Democrat candidates through. That's number one. If they had if this a shutdown, they need to rechange everything. Don't hold no elections. Don't pay nobody, especially the politicians. They need to make rules on what a shutdown is, make it affect everybody from the people at the top on down as far as pay.
So we all can feel it.
Because they're not worried about the airports because they got political allies, philanthropists, lobbyists, flying good private jets. You most likely are not going to see these people on any commercial flight. They know too many people.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna get scary out here. It's gonna get worse.
They don't care. It's a private club. At the end of the day, they all are going to tunnel. What do we see during the insurrection? They called the insurrection. Remember that at election time?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
We've seen them all on the floor, going through tunnels, getting escorted somewhere we ain't know where they were.
Mm-hmm.
But they were safe. We ain't know what the rest of the country was going to look like. We didn't know if it was going to spill out into the streets. Every place is segregated. We didn't know what Chicago, if it was going to be the Proud Boys against and everything else. We didn't know what that was going to look like.
Right.
But they were safe. So just prepare, pay attention. Don't save your energy with going back and forth with each other. Because at the end of the day, they all going to be good, and we all are not.
That's what
we don't got no security detail. You
right.
get all the guns you want. You ain't got security detail.
And what bothers me is when I hear Democrats and Republicans just going at each other so hard. And listen, trust me.
The street people already got their street network together. You see what I mean? Some pop off. They already know how to band together on the streets with all their guns and stuff, and come through and get what they want. What the good people gonna do?
That's not out here robbing and stealing.
While we so smart and arguing, we need to be banding together, planning together for what if.
What if?
Don't just let all the bad people and the people in power band together. We're the good, everyday people. Why can't we band together and quit arguing and get our plan together for what we gonna do?
That's real talk.
I mean, like what we gonna do for ourselves? Because food pantries, SNAP benefits, that's all contingent upon them releasing it to you.
It goes
the
to show you.
pantry will run out of food. They get grants from the government too. If the government closed, how you going to get a government grant? Where y'all think they get money for these food pantries? They get government grants. The government closed.
Government is closed.
They closed. Except for voting to not open the country back up and then walking around and getting a check. And that's the same thing we see in local government. Harvey broke, Dalton broke, all these south suburbs are broke, and we got people, just because they look like us, sitting in our face, smiling, and telling us stupid stuff. They telling people in Harvey they're going to get the money from Pritzker. How they going to get the money from Pritzker and the state $36 billion in debt? The state going to give you money from where? They ain't even bailing Chicago out. So when it's over, it's over. And it's over for Harvey. It's over for Dalton. And it might be over for this country. They get money. This country gets money by issuing bonds to the World Bank. And China and Japan buys all these bonds. Now, is this country going to get ghetto? Trump been over there talking to China and everything like that, But sometimes a country will get ghetto, just like people on the street will get ghetto, know they owe you money and start something with you so they ain't got to pay. So we got to pay very close attention to what's going on. You got to be prepared. You got to start buying you some small things like solar power battery chargers. Solar to charge your cell phone. Not that you will have reception or anything. Make an emergency plan with your family.
Okay, hold it right there, my dear sister. 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. Again, 872-297-6389. We're looking for some more callers, and we know you could be white, black, I don't care what ethnicity, race you are, you're welcome to call in, and we want to hear from you. Yeah, we want to hear from you. And let me go to this messenger. Mr. Raymond said, Leonard, he said, stop giving your money away to people who hate you. Shop local, support local community stores, not Walmart or Target. Counsel Christmas and hurt them in their pocket. And I agree with that. We got to do something. And we know one thing that this country loves is money. Money. And for black folks, we spend over $1 trillion some dollars. And most of that money is not with people that look like myself. Trust me. I've always say this, Trina, is something about black businesses that we don't patronize. We hear excuses. They too high. They too ghetto. Oh, they don't open on time. See, that all that type of talk is you love to spend your money. You feel good to spend your money where you want to. And you have that right. But what about your people? When you shop with more blacks can hire blacks. Listen, hold on. Let me say this. I've never seen an owner of a gas station come into a black-owned store and purchase on a regular. You don't see it. People don't make an effort to come in the black community to shop at these black businesses. Listen, only time a black person can get some white money is probably through a franchise, through a Starbucks or McDonald's or Burger King or Popeyes or Kentucky. But a straight up black owned business is rare. They're not going to do it. Now, but when we hold our money, they call us racist. But they hold their money all the time. Well, what is it called to them then? They don't come in the black community to buy anything. If they do, they want to come and buy your valuables, your antique furniture, your antique guns, and your coins, and steal your property. They don't want nothing from you. Go ahead, Trina. That's all I had to say on that note. That's real talk. How many Asians, Americans come in your community, your black community, and spend some money in the businesses? They don't want nothing to do with you outside of you coming in their business. They're not going to invite you to the barbecue. They're not going to invite you to the wedding. They're not going to invite you to the picnic. They're not going to invite you to the Christmas party. Black people, aren't you tired of giving your money away? Listen to this, Trina. Here's a person that came over here from another country illegally. Now they're giving us turkeys, and we standing in their business and getting free chicken. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. There's a saying, Trina, that they say, we got a new caller. I'm going to get to you, new caller, that if you want to get rich.
It makes sense.
Yeah, if you, hold, let me say this, and I'll let you talk.
Mike.
If you want to get rich and you're a foreigner or immigrant, illegal, undocumented, unauthorized, or whatever, open up a business in the black community. Black people, they like chicken, fish, chicken, which they can do that all themselves. They love to eat. They have to get the gas. And this reminds me of this, Trina. Remember back in the day when Jesse Jackson them fought so hard not to let Walmart come in the community, the big box stores. They fought so hard not to let them come in there. And it was a reason why, people. It killed a lot of small businesses. But Trina, go ahead and say something. I got another caller. Go ahead if you want to say something real quick.
I was going to say it makes sense to me because now they saying if the migrants, if the illegals can't stay, if they can't get what they want, can't nobody get nothing. Yeah, if the illegals if they can't get what they want for the illegals, can't nobody get nothing.
Right, that makes sense.
And that's only because they can pocket it. Where all them shelters Brandon Johnson was supposed to build that he scrapped and changed his mind. Got people out there protesting on 115th for Halsted for not nothing. He ain't finna build nothing. What'd he do with all that money? Yeah, now they want more and more and more. They done made them polices and everything. Come on now. They barely want to expunge your record. Please. Making them police. You don't even know that. You don't know what their background is in their country. They've been vetted. It ain't like you get a background check from wherever they from. Like that white officer in Elgin, thinking because he white they weren't going to get him. They came and got him too, right off his police job. So it's ridiculous. And now they telling us we can't have the country functioning in no kind of way. The people that's working for the country can't even get paid. You know damn well you an American citizen if you working for the federal government.
Let me take this new caller.
And it's all because they've been pocketing that money good. But I'm going to listen.
Okay. All right. Eric code 973. Hey, caller. You're live, uncut, and unedited.
Hey, yes, Mr. Johnson. I just want to make a point. You're the only person that makes this point, and you're correct. My sister worked for a construction company, Human Resources, in Atlanta. I'm out the country. I don't live in the States anymore. But she said that they were paying the non-citizens, the illegals, more money than they paid the Black Americans. And many people think those non-citizens, those illegal immigrants, are not making money. They're getting paid. She was paying them. Secondly is that, go ahead.
No, I agree with you, brother. I keep trying to tell these old uneducated,
they
quick to respond Black people. Y'all walking around here talking about they working for $2 and all. Man, these people are working good jobs, union jobs, making money. They got that bag, people. They got that bag. Go ahead, my brother.
And every time you see, I'm going to make a couple other points real quick. Every time you see an ICE arrest on TV, you always see them getting out of one of them Ram 4.5, 4,500s or 3.5. They never get out of anything low scale. They always have a home or a nice vehicle. Second point is this. My wife's foreign. I live overseas. She's Asian. She's from Japan. And a lot of times you were right about the IT whatever number. When she was in the States with her friends, I'm telling you, Martin, Mr. Johnson, I was like, how did you get that house? How were you able to get that condo? You don't have any credit. You don't have a social security number. How did your friend get that job? They were, what my wife told me? She said, I can't believe they treat me like this and I'm not even a citizen. She said, you know something? America, they really don't like Black folks. And they were just getting paid. And then when they send their money back overseas, it goes a long way. So that's what people don't understand is that they have a way out because their money, our money, well, the dollar goes a long way overseas. And another thing I want to let all Black Americans know is this. One of her sisters works at a hospital. I won't say where.
Okay.
But you have to be careful, Black Americans, because a lot of these foreign nurses and doctors don't like you. They wash their hands. She was telling me times in which her sister would say, her sister would tell her they would wash their hands in water that the Black people had to drink. Or Black men would go in there with stomach pains and they would come out with a colonoscopy bag. And she also told me somewhere she thinks this is true. if you Google this, you'll see there was a hepatitis or AIDS HIV breakout in Oregon where they won't talk about the doctor, but he infected the people. Her sister and a lot of the immigrants that I know, or a lot of the non-blacks that I know, believe a lot of these doctors are using dirty needles on blacks. That's why the AIDS rate, HIV rates are increasing. And you'll see in certain hospitals, there have been investigations that they're like, the doctor was giving the people these shots. One outbreak was in a Portland, Oregon hospital. And one other thing I want to make a point about Africans. I travel the world. And the most hate that I get from anybody around the world are from three groups of people, really. Mexicans. They're big. As a matter of fact, a lot of wealthy Mexicans out of America, when Trump came in office, they immigrated to Spain. Spain now has the largest Mexican immigrant population in their country, have a large Mexican. Secondly, Africans and then Indians. I'm going to tell you a fact that the Africans won't even tell you how bad nobody likes them. They treat them real bad. But when they come to America, they treat Black Americans bad. Do you know, I won't name the country. I'm going to tell you what they do to African women when African women want to make money. Like in America, I know they do sell plasma. But I'm going to tell you what some countries do with African women, what wealthy countries do. They use them for their milk for their dogs. That's a fact. I'll leave it at that. They breastfeed their dogs. Right. That's how low they think of the Africans. It's everybody knows, they just don't talk about it. So you can go online and see it. Or read. So when they come to America and they speak ill of Black Americans, I'd be like, I know where you're from. And I think more Black Americans need to travel. And in closing, I asked a Chinese girl once, I was in China, I said, why do white Americans hate Black Americans so much? Why do we have these issues? She said, I'm going to tell you a secret to white Americans. This is from a Chinese woman. She said, white Americans are dying to be loved. So we Asians come over there and we're meek. We make them feel like they're the boss. That's the weakness to white America. Make them feel like they're loved. Black Americans, they know when you see a Black American they know a Black American is going to know what's right or what's wrong, and they're not going to take the BS. But she said the Asians, we just have a way of just saying, yes, boss, you're sure you're right. Even though they may have more money than the white person, okay, you have to make them feel like they're in charge to get what you want. It's a reverse meaning. That's how she explained it to me. And she said, we just make them feel like they're loved, and they don't even focus on us. And that's about it. Other than that, Mr. Johnson, great show. I always like, subscribe, and share. God bless. And I grew up in the Roseland and Morgan Park area.
Okay, good for you, bro. Brother, thank you.
So
you know what?
So you take care.
Let me say something before you go. It was so encouraging to hear someone else say that what I've been saying for a long time. Brother, when I talk like this, they call me full of hate. But I have not discriminated against no Mexican, no Asian American, nobody, no Pakistan. But I tell the truth, brother. There's nothing wrong with me loving my people. That's all. That's it. And like I said publicly, I'm not mad at no immigrant.
Right. You're right.
No illegal. They're only taking advantage of the opportunity that was presented to them. Now I'll say that. And when I say illegal, you're in this country illegal. You don't have papers. Go ahead, my brother.
Right. My wife came over real quick. My wife came over to the States many, many years ago with no degree and nothing. Now, her family is well off, but she came over with nothing. And she got a job, we talking in Atlanta in 1991, making $30 an hour, no experience. She managed to get, if you know Atlanta, she managed to get in a condo in Atlanta, no money down, right near Piedmont Park in the Midtown area. Her and her friends are rolling through. And I was like, how the heck are you getting this? It was
wow. I don't know what happened. Hold on, my phone. No, that's his phone went off. Okay, went off. They cut him off. Okay, you know they go let that cut off when you talking like that. But see, I told y'all people, nobody wants to believe me. Oh, Mar, you wrong for saying that. See, Black people, you don't have no friends. No one likes you. No one likes us. Let me put myself in there. Now, they'll get along with us just to tolerate us, but they don't, even some black people. I'm telling you, people, I'm telling you the truth. Y'all don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it, but I'm telling you the truth. You can smile and grin, but inside they hate your guts. The brother said it. Them doctors are washing their hands on us. I'm telling you. And stories, what this brother told us, they covered it up because they control the media. They control the airwaves. That's why a little station like this that don't get a lot of views, don't get a lot of likes, but it's well watched. They know about it. But guess what? I'm going to keep talking if ain't number 1 or 2 people on here. I don't care if I lose some friends that call themselves my friend. I'm going to keep telling the truth and shame the devil. We got to learn, people. We have to learn. I heard a preacher say one time, they asked him, why you keep talking about sin all the time? He said, well, if you stop sinning, I don't have to talk about it no more. So I'm telling you, I'm going to keep talking about it as long as they mistreating black people. I'm going to keep talking about it. You got other black people, you get into the top 1% and you look down on the rest of the people. You forgot where you came from. I've never seen so many black people compassion for other ethnicities, and you don't do nothing for a black person. Some of you black people, you have taken migrants, illegals in your home, and you don't know nothing about them. And you got a relative, you got a niece, you got a daughter, you got a grandson whom you would never allow to spend a night over your house. Shame on you. Shame, shame on you. You was running up to the gas stations and the police stations where the migrants, to the shelters, and giving food, giving blankets and all types of things. And don't get me wrong, I'm not taking away your good deeds. But when one of your relatives need to take a shower or need some toothpaste or something, you draw up on them. Go get a job. You worthless piece of you know what. Now, you know I'm telling the truth. Some of y'all don't want to hear. You want to close your, you know how you treat your relatives, the ones that's less fortunate, the ones that be drinking and smoking, getting high and all that. You don't want nothing to do with them. You don't even talk to them. Then when something happened to them in the street, it dies something. Now you at their funeral, you're saying some wonderful things. I agree with that old preacher said. He said, while you're living, they lie on you. But when you die, they lie for you. Come on, Marcus. Come on, Marcus. Come on.
You know what? We allow these foreigners to set up shop in our neighborhood. I remember when y'all was out there protesting the nail shop. You was stopping black women. Some of them women wanted to fight with y'all. Some of their boyfriends wanted to fight with y'all, despite you telling them while y'all was boycotting that nail shop right over there in the Chatham neighborhood. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to hear it. They wanted to fight. And during the Magnificent Mile shutdown, I remember this one young black dude wanted to fight with the protesters to get in the Apple store. And another one wanted to fight with the protesters to get in the Nike store. When we were shutting the Magnificent Mile down to wake white Chicago up about police violence, and we did that. We allow these foreigners to come in our neighborhood. We allow these banks to let them come in our neighborhood. And then what the former owner of Hart's Cleaners in Inglewood told me, he said, my son don't want the business. I don't want to sell it to nobody outside my race. But the Arabs are offering the money and the Koreans are offering the money. And don't nobody in my race want this business. I told her, I said, the problem is we can't afford your business because we're not making enough money to buy your business like that. She eventually sold to a Jamaican. The Jamaican, of course, sold to the Arabs. and hardest cleaners in the history books, so to say. That's one of the problems too. The black families don't want to keep the black businesses in the family. They don't understand the importance of that business and how it plays a role in the black community. And then you have our own people walking in some of these black restaurants. They're just getting started. They're giving them a problem already. Yeah, it's going to be some flaws, but that don't mean those flaws are going to be forever. But they give them problems enough to get them shut down. We had candy stores in our neighborhood. It was black people who was calling in on black people, and they were also robbing them. That brought the police around. That made City Hall, Mayor Daley, shut down all of our candy stores. The Icy Cup lady shut down because she wasn't supposed to sell out of her house. We lost money that way. We allow these foreigners to set up shop in our neighborhood. They will line up for that Mexican corn lady, but will rob the snowball lady, the black snowball lady. Our own people. We got to tell the truth and shame the devil. We don't support each other like we should. And then when we do start supporting each other, some of us feel we can mistreat our black clients any kind of a way. They have to come to us, and that is not true. This could all be stopped when people start really raising hell. We're not raising enough hell. We take photo ops with these same politicians that are standing against us. We take photo ops with them. When these black politicians come into our community, we should say, F a photo op. You are an Oreo. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for us. All these other races, they do for each other. All those politicians, they do for each other, but the black ones, they play this, I'm your black politician come election time. And once they get elected, well, it's things that you all need to come up with. Obama was saying that black people didn't have an agenda. What do you mean by we didn't have an agenda? You know what we need. Harold Washington got in office, and you know what he did? He started doing for black people. I want black people to take a look at this. When you go to take out your garbage, remember Harold Washington, because we had barrels where the rats was just running crazy. That was Harold Washington, and that was more than just Harold Washington. Black people got their jobs at City Hall because of Harold Washington. They get on here and they talk about Harold made Chicago a sanctuary city. Okay, but what about the good that he did for black people? He came in doing for black people. We can push these people out of our neighborhood. We can. White folks ain't gonna let you sell in Bridgeport and Mount Greenwood. They will run you out, and if they don't force you to go out of business without supporting you economically, they're gonna violently run you out. All these tough gangs in our neighborhood, and they let these Arabs talk to the sisters like they ain't nothing. You gotta lock your bank card to keep them from going in your bank, taking your money, because that's what they're doing. We allow them to come in our neighborhood. Not just the illegals, but the ones that are here that talk to us like crap and call us the N-word, probably at home or to our face. You always got the hype and the little gangbangers going in there wanting to lose cigarettes. They keep them in business. When they stop doing that, we'll run them out of business. And it'll be storefronts for black people. I yield the mic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. 3268. Come on, caller. 3268.
What's going on, Martin?
Hey, Mr. Roosevelt, how are you?
Great. I'm glad to see you're on late and everything, and good program as always. And I think Marcus stole some of my thunder, because I feel that he was right and everything. That, us sometimes as black people, we don't have anything. But we the only people, I say, who invite everyone to be a part of us. Because, even across the street from my church on 115th and 4th, there's a Colombian couple that sells the Mexican corn and the snowballs. No one ever bothers them. But yet, if we were to set up something, police and everyone would show up.
Tell the truth
wanting to
and
see
shame the
a business
devil.
license, wanting to see sanitation license. And I would love to have somebody, I keep putting it out there, but it seems like no one has listened or no one has done it. I would love to have someone, let's just say, who thinks like your friend Renee, who has the same kind of mindset to explain to me why is it that, these people, they could come into our neighborhoods and they could set up shop, sell, tacos, sell burritos, empanadas, all this other kind of stuff. But yet, with police pull up and stuff, the police will even go as far as like to buy something and have lunch there. They won't ask them for any of their papers. They won't ask them for a sanitation license. They won't ask them for a business license. But yet, if it's us, if you set up like a shop selling, Martin's, soul food or something like that, just simply selling sandwiches or something, they want to see everything. They're going to want to see your business license. They're going to want to see your cleanliness license, your sanitation license, your food license, and everything. Why do we do this to our regular American people? Because one thing I think I told you that I had one woman in my old lodge. She liked to vacation in the Dominican Republic, and she said that sometimes even when you're over there, you have to be careful whenever you're over there in those foreign countries, because one thing about those people, especially Dominicans, that they said if you get into a dispute with one and you're an American, you could be 100% right. They could be 100% wrong, but someone else there, one of their own people, is always going to ride out with them, with their own people over you. That's the way that we need to be, because that's the way I am now. Because right now, Martin, if you or Marcus had a dispute with a foreigner, even if it's especially an illegal, you all could be 100% dead wrong, and that illegal could be 100% dead right. Completely right. I'm riding with you all because why? You're my people. They're not. I wish somebody would explain to me why the rules are so different from them. When they came over here and everything, they're not even subject to the same laws we're under. Some of them, they can go, I'm not going to say the whole word, but I'm going to say essay children and all this other stuff like they've been accused of doing. Like there was a young girl who was like 6 years old, essayed in the bathroom on 63rd Street Beach. And it was like an illegal accused of doing that. No one did anything. They could commit murder and all of that stuff. And they'll let them off and all of that stuff. But they're not subject to the same rules that we are. Why is this? And, I'm not trying to say it's wrong to murder or essay somebody, but golly, I will let my own people get away with it before I let one of them get away with it. I wish someone would answer that question, but so far no one ever has.
Diplomatic immunity. I believe that's what they got.
Wow, you guys are
diplomatic immunity.
Yep, I believe that's the correct word. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but
but diplomatic immunity only apply. That would only apply to like if you were here, like from another country. If you were like some kind of politician or some high-ranking politician who committed a crime or whatever. Because there is a law called diplomatic immunity, where somebody who's a diplomat or a politician from another country is not subject to the same laws that we are. But these are regular people, so I'm not getting it. If they have diplomatic immunity, that's something they need to get rid of.
Well, they'll let anybody get away with murder because they want black people. They want our heads. And they will let anybody that ain't our color do whatever they want as long as they feel that they can replace us.
I'm telling you, people, I'm not afraid to say it. I agree that they are trying to put us in exile, and they're trying real hard. It's obvious, people. George Blakemore always said, "You're not calling me the N-word, but you're treating me like one." It's people. Listen, we have to cut the game out. We see exactly what's going on. We're not a fool. Those of us that are educated, streetwise, come on, we see what's going on. We see it. And the American people are falling for this. Black people, we're falling for this. We have to wake up. And again, to all my black brothers and sisters, listen, no one has come to save you. We have to do this ourselves. Okay? Get your mind out the pie in the sky, and we have to do this ourselves. God gave us 5 senses, 6 senses, and listen, we have to use them. Prayer without works is dead. Is dead. I believe in prayer, and I believe in faith, but we got to get out there and do something about it. Get into it.
I wanted you to know best friend. She said, you know you my best friend.
All right. Somebody talking in the background. Mute your mic.
You mad with me?
Mute your mic.
Martin,
Yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
he gave the bears claws and the teeth. He gave the lion claws and the teeth.
That's right.
He gave the shark teeth.
That's right.
He didn't just give them teeth to eat meat.
Thank
He
you.
gave them claws and the teeth to
Preach, sir.
defend themselves.
Preach. Tell the truth and
Why when
shame
it
the
come to us
devil.
talking about defending ourselves, we're wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not for black kids carrying guns.
Mhm.
White kids get on social media and carry guns. And Peggy and Sue and Ted, they going to the gun range. Well, how about Pookie and Ray Ray and Day Day? And why can't they go to the gun range? Why is it always something negative? Our kids do know. They need to learn how to properly shoot, to defend our people from what's coming at us. We have the
They're
right
gonna
to
be our
defend
warriors.
ourselves. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? Because God spoke to me. I was struggling with, do I want to get a FOID card and get a gun? God spoke to me in my head and said, I gave the bear claws and teeth for a reason, not just to eat meat, but to defend themselves. A gun does not wake up and says, I'm going to kill somebody, but a person does. And the heart tells the brain, the heart is the president of the body, and the brain is the general. The brain carries out the order. The finger pulls the trigger. My point is this: a gun doesn't wake up and say, go kill somebody. A person does. And it's in their heart to do that. I'm not telling people to go shoot at the foreigners, go shoot up the Arab stores. But if one of them hits you, defend yourself and don't think twice about it.
All right. We got
Don't
to
think twice about it. Even if one of these racist white folks hit you, defend yourself. Pray on it afterwards. Don't think twice about it.
I believe in self-defense at all
Sorry,
times.
that's the way I feel.
281. Come on, caller. 281.
Martin, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm vibrant. I'm wide awake, and I'm here. All right.
I've been looking for you, man. I have to, check my phone to see if you're online because I think you have a very important show. Greetings to everyone on this panel. Peace and love to all. Everyone on this panel said a lot of good stuff. Even you, Martin. Marcus said a few great things. Gentleman after him said, I can't think of his name, but he said a lot of stuff. Everyone said a lot of stuff. But, we're being pushed out of America. I'm going to do like you, Martin. I come on your show and I always say that white America has given up on black folks. We're being pushed out of here so they don't have to pay the reparation, you see. And for what some of the black folks, not a lot, but some of the black folks do for the migrants in Chicago, sometimes you got to take it for the team, take one for the team. Sometimes you guys overlook some of the things they do because everybody has to have a different motivation. Marcus mentioned something about in a community where Arabs come in and do their thing, and so they have a grocery store and they sell their goods and this and that, and some of the black women coming in, they have been assaulted with verbal conversation. I don't disagree with that. I worked with JCK for many, many years, and 90% of our customers were Arabs. We had to deal with disgusting situations where a rat would come into his establishment, eat up his goods, and we had to put our hands on that stuff and give them credit. If we didn't, we get kicked out of the store. We have to pay thousands to get back in that store. You see the extortion. Now, getting about the sister being assaulted it's accountability, because you know if somebody give you free food, milk and Pampers, cigarettes, whatever you need, he want to tap on that butt too. You know that going into it, it's accountability. Some of us in a position where we don't have that, you know, you have to do what you have to do to survive. I get it. But it's not that we allow these people to come in our communities and take over our stores and things of that nature. Some people can't pay their taxes. And then once that happens, you get bought out by the highest bidder. More than likely it's the Arab or a Pakistani Indian or a Chinese with a wig shop, whatever it is. A lot of white people think we are terrible people. Not all, but a lot of white people think that we're terrible people. But the ones who are fascinated by us are the ones who hate us. You got two different types of hate. You got the rich hate and you got the poor hate. The poor hate, to me, I'm not saying that I'm right. This is my own analogy. Mm-hmm. The poor hate exceeds the rich hate, okay? Because they piss off that you and I could live in a place that don't want us. We have been able to survive in this country, let alone in Chicago, dealing with the Chicago machine daily and everybody else, and we're still in existence. And lastly, I want to talk on the gun thing, and I'm done. I'm gonna land this plane. I live in Texas, and I've been blessed to be able to own a gun. Now, many places in the United States will allow you to own a gun to be able to protect your property or your person. If you live in Texas for 90 days, you don't have a felony, you can go to the nearest pawn shop and pick up the coolest AK-47 you want. Load it. Listen to me. I won't tell you to do it. If you're African-American like me, it's just not smart. But you can do it legally. You can load it and put it on the back seat of your car. Police pull you over. You pull your license out, insurance and everything. And before you give him that, say, sir, I have a loaded gun on the back seat of my car. Okay, I just came from the pawn shop and I bought it. You show it to them. They go run a check on you. They tell you, okay, sir, have a good day, but make sure you take that weapon home so it won't be an incident. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of cities that will allow you to protect yourself like that, but Texas will. Texas will allow you to protect yourself like that. And it doesn't custom to everybody. You got some illegal people down here doing illegal stuff, and they'll run back to another state, which is neighboring us, Louisiana or Oklahoma or wherever you go. But the point I'm trying to make is that we as a race of people need to figure out why we are distanced from each other. We're socially divided as a race. We don't like the next person because Martin's doing a show, or he looked better than me, or I got more than you. At the end of the day, we need to get ourselves together and be socially connected, and then we can work as one. That's a starting point. And I appreciate all the people who have risked their lives. Mother Doris, I'll give it to her. I'll give Mother Doris that. I'll give old school his creds, because they've done some stuff that I haven't done, let alone have the guts to do. And I land that plane.
Oh, thank you for your comments. Thank you so much for the comments. There's a lot going on. People, we can say so much. It's so much we have to say. Yeah, it's so much they've been doing. Some comments, and I've been reading some of your comments and stuff, and it's been making a lot of sense and stuff like that. And I try to stay neutral when we talk, but man, sometimes I just can't help it, brother. I call a spade what a spade is, you know, and people get upset because you tell the truth. The truth is sometimes it's not comfortable. And one thing I learned about the truth, you don't have to rehearse it. You know, a lie, you got to say like, okay, when he say that, I'm going to say this. When he moved this way, I moved it. That's a lie. You rehearse it in your mind. What you going to do? You're rehearsing it in your mind.
Hey, Martin.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Martin. You are the voice that we don't have. You have something that's really, really good. All you need to do, or should I say, us people on this phone, on this show, listening to your show, need to band together, show that we have social development that we can do together. Because you're the voice that we don't have. Your voice is bigger than ours. Having people like Mother Doris on your show, all the political people you've had on your show, you've had some white folks that come to your show, said some good stuff, and some that said some disrespectful stuff. You're the voice that we don't have, Martin.
Well, I'll say this. That's why I'm sharing a platform. So little bitty old me can't do it all by myself. It takes a group of us to make some noise. Jesus took 12 disciples. And one of them was the devil, you know, to turn the world upside down with the gospel. And so what I'm saying is we have to band together like what you said, man, and push back. We so used to singing these songs about the other side, heaven. We so used to loving everybody that do us wrong and oh, God, it fix it, live long. Listen, there is a such thing as that's called war. War. There's such thing as called war. Life is a war. It's a war. You have to war in your mind to keep you from doing illegal things. You have to war in your mind when you deal with people that don't care nothing about you, can't stand your guts. But guess what? You got to go work for them and get some money. So you have to sit there and just about take that abuse. It's not a good, comfortable feeling working for someone that's controlling your finance. It's not a good feeling. Normally, if it wasn't the case, it's certain things that you wouldn't take off a person if they wasn't your boss or controlling your finances. I may say that. I have to say it to free our souls, you know. And most people afraid to say the things that we say on here, but they think it. They think it. They do. They really do. They think it. They think it, though. They think it. They think it. So that's what it is. That's what it is. We have to get more involved into the political process so we can make policies that will help us. Help us. Black people, aren't you tight?
There goes that social division again.
Go ahead.
There goes that social division again.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I am right. I could be absolutely wrong. I want you to help me with this because this is what you do. You're in the streets. You're a crime chaser. You're in the politics. Who do we trust? A problem with us African Americans that we've lost trust in people. We believed in Lightfoot. We seen what we had was the greatest mayor ever. And they killed him because he loved to eat. Harold Washington, he loved to eat. And who do we trust? I mean, after we lost Harold, Tell me if I'm wrong. You was there. Your mom was in the middle of the political stuff, man. Your mom was still alive. When we lost Harold, we were discombobulated, man, and they were at work. Like D-Red said, we playing checkers, they playing chess. Then Eugene Sawyer come in. I don't need to say no more but his name. Who do we trust?
Well, it's not
Don't
a matter.
forget Timothy Evans.
Yeah, it's not a matter who do we trust. It's a matter we have to band together and be one mind and one heart, one soul. No one individual is going to free us, period. Because just think about it.
There's got to be a trust factor.
Right. But listen to this. No, let me just say this. Yes, it does. You're right. If you have 1,000 people speaking the same thing and they kill 2 or 3, the message still go on. So what I'm saying is,
yes, sir.
You kill one prophet, another one coming right behind him. Boom, same message.
Yes, sir.
The delivery may be different, brother, but it's the same message. The color may be a little darker than the previous prophet, but the same message. The one that had it going may be a millionaire, but this time the next prophet come, he may be a poor person, but he got the same message.
We put our trust in faith.
Well,
I don't know how true this is.
Yeah,
you could really elaborate on it.
Well,
we put our trust in faith, and I seen a minister. A lady bought him $1,000.
I've seen that. I've seen
like
it.
that,
Yeah.
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Well,
enough. It wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's not all of us, brother. I'm not going for that foolishness.
Come on, Martin.
Yeah.
You talking about that guy?
Yeah. That's not
right.
See,
but I'm saying, but the only point I'm trying to make, Martin, is the trust factor. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I'm not trying to get into
no. Well, it's not a debate. I'm just saying, once you know better, you learn better, you do better. That's why it's important to read and study and watch and listen. Your eyes and your ears are your university. You have to pay attention.
But a lot of our votes, though, Martin, are in the church. A lot of
well, let me just say this, man. To be real honest with you, didn't nobody vote Donald Trump in but the Electoral College? Be honest with you. A lot of people, we still. I voted for Donald Trump. You didn't vote him in. Trust me, you voted for him, but you didn't vote him in. The people can't vote for the president. In a sense, select the president.
Electoral College that does that.
Thank you. At the end of the day, it's up to them that do that.
It's the local elections that we tend to more vote in, but I can understand like what he means too.
Yeah, I understand
because
that too.
It seems like it's no other people and no other religion. When politicians want to stop or whatever to talk to black people, they'll never go to a Hindu temple or a Buddhist temple or a Sikh temple or Jehovah Witness Hall or Seventh-day Adventist church. No, they come to the black church, and the pastors, who most of them are Democratic, they left them in their pulpit and they lie to the people for a couple of minutes and everything just to get your vote. So I know what he's talking about.
I know what he's talking. But listen,
I'm not only that though, brother.
Everybody's not confused. Everybody's not confused. Everybody's not blind and stupid and dumb. They see what's going on. Now, a lot of people, they need to feel, they need someone to make them feel good. They can listen to and follow. Me, I'm following the truth. When a brother get off, it's like a preacher tell you.
Look at it.
The preacher say, hold it. The preacher say, follow me as I follow Christ. And if I get out of Christ, you stop following me. And that's my mentality. I don't see no man so great that I can't see his flaws if he go get off wrong. I say, listen, brother, I love you, but you're dead wrong. I love you, brother, but you're dead wrong. I can't rock with this. And you bogus. I can't rock with you sanction abortion. I can't rock with you sex change. I can't rock with you with that. I love you,
Right.
but I can't rock with you on that. You know, I love you, brother. You know, but certain things, I'm not standing with certain people doing those things and promoting those things. I can't do it. Go ahead, my brother.
No, I was saying that to say this though, I'm not pointing fingers at nobody. Please, I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying there was a lot of people in the church, African Americans, who voted for Trump. And then after he got in office, what a big letdown. You know, a lot of people got hurt by that. A lot of people hurting today. You just look at their economy, look at everything being shut down, airports. I mean, the most busiest place on the planet is the airport. And I don't know what his big plan is. I have no idea. I'm kind of worried, if you ask me, for the American people.
All these people have an agenda.
Okay. Let me just say something.
No doubt,
Everybody,
no doubt.
There's no, hold on. First of all, there's no one party that we can blame about the shut. It's both parties shut this country down. They are listen, they didn't shut their, I know what you're saying. Hold on. They didn't shut their pay down, but they shut the federal government down. Ain't that something?
Because Congress is still getting paid.
They still getting paid, bro.
Other federal workers are not getting paid. That's what he's talking about.
But this Obamacare thing is what they're really, really hammering on, because a lot so many people, millions of people are going to get affected by this. They hated Obamacare just because its name is on it, the Affordable Health Care Act. Just because his name is on it.
Yeah, that's true.
When he first came out with it, they asked him, hey, how do you feel about the Affordable Health Care Act? Oh, it's great, it's this and that, such and so. And they did a survey about it. Then they said, how do you feel about Obamacare? Oh, we had it. It was the same thing. But the point I'm trying to make here to, not to go too far out of the way, I'm worried, I'm worried about this country.
Of course, you should be. Rightfully so.
I'm really, really worried. I'm worried.
Rightfully so.
I mean, I can care less about the immigrants. I'm going to tell you why I say that. They did not experience what we have experienced. And we let them in here.
Who is we?
We have to say we because we're part of the country.
Okay.
Not you say. Well, that's part of we. That's part of we. And the point I'm trying to make is they let them in here. And I can understand why, because they wanted to pay for some stuff 20 years down the road. The rich white man decided, oh, hell no. We got enough of us to take care of that now. We don't need them. Let's get their ass out of here. And eventually we could push the black folks out of here, because they ain't going to want to live here under this tyranny. We cannot live under this type of rule without it being some blows passed, without somebody getting killed, without somebody dying from starvation, and so on and so on. There's so many ugly things that's going to happen. And the only person who can fix it, Donald Trump.
Nah, I don't believe that.
Congress.
Nah. Donald, listen, first of all,
he's the most powerful man.
Well, first of all, brother, you could tell I don't give him all that power like y'all give him too. First of all, Donald Trump is not white supremacy by himself. He's white and he's part of it.
I never said that.
I know you didn't. I'm speaking my mind. I'm just saying this. There's no excuse that any Chicagoans can complain about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump ain't had nothing to do with Chicago, where it's being ran and what's happening now. Outside of sending ICE in here, outside of that, that's all I'm saying.
That's
facts. Who do we blame for the ills of Chicago? Who do we blame? We can't blame the racist Republicans, because they're not running nothing here. Remember that, black people. Those of us that live here in the city of Chicago, state of Illinois, you can't blame the Republicans. You can't blame Donald Trump. Listen, people, they're deflecting on us. We're being mistreated by our own party that say they represent us. The Democrats. I'm a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat in the state of Illinois. And they've been mistreating us. Now, have we got some good things to Democrat? Yes. Have we got some legislation passed? Yes, we have. But I'm like this. What have you done for me lately? That's what I'm talking about. What have you done for me lately? But I know what you've taken away. And all the things that we fought for back in the 50s and the 60s is diminishing right now. Where is this party trying to take us? Talking about black people, those of us that are Democrats. And that should be a whole lie by itself. We ain't gonna focus on the Republicans. We're gonna ask ourselves, those of us Democrats, where is this party trying to take us? Where's this train trying to take us?
You first have to find out who are the Democrats. They said we're Democratic, we're Republican, we're independent, we're this.
No. You're missing, brother. You're missing a point. You're missing a point. We're talking about the Democratic Party and their agenda.
Okay.
Where are they trying to take us? Well, I mean, us black folks. What direction are they pointing us? What are they trying to do for us?
I said it again, though, Martin. I said it again. It goes down to who are these people?
We know who the people are.
Let me explain to you what I mean.
The policymakers. Hold on. Who are the people that shut the country down? I ask you that question.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know who shut the country down?
No, I don't.
Congress. The policymakers. That's who shut this country down.
All Congress.
Well, I thought you meant one specific group of people, but
that is a group of people.
But let me say that
those are the group of people.
I'm
Congress.
I'm talking about Republican versus Democrat.
Brother, Congress are Republicans and Democrats. They shut the country down. See,
they're all in it together.
Yeah,
I mean, it's difficult. They can't agree
that's
on
what I'm
something.
trying to get my brother to see, man. Y'all see. Listen, let me just say this. I'm just trying to get us.
Let me understand. Let me understand.
Let me talk, brother. Listen, if you listen, you listening to respond. Listen to understand, my brother. I'm just trying to, so you can. That there's a cause and effect. So, in other words, I'm telling you, the policymakers make the decision. Who are the ones that allow the migrants to come over, the immigrants to come over here? It's our policymakers, the politicians. They're the ones allowed them to come over. Who are the ones are giving them money? It's going through the politicians. Who are the ones that giving them money to loans and to buy houses? It's the politicians, my brother. That's all I'm saying. It's not just no one party. They're working together. They're working together, brother.
Okay, so if they're working together, then Martin, don't it look like some big, huge, like, how can I put it? It's like a fart. This is like, I mean, it's like a huge joke.
If you know your history.
Wait a minute, you talking?
Oh, hold it.
You talking?
Hold it, brother. Hold it.
You talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Go ahead, Glenn. Go ahead, Glenn. Go ahead, Glenn. I know it was you. Go ahead.
Now wait a minute. This is the same. It's the same brother that just said that we let them in the country. You know.
Yes.
That we are the government. How can you say we let them in 1 minute and then you say they the next minute? You talking out of both sides of your mouth, bro.
No. All right, you can say that because that's an insult to me. And I'm not taking insults tonight, bro. All I'm saying to you,
I'm throwing your words back at you.
I'm asking you a question for you.
All
They
right.
let them in. They let them in to pay for something 10 or 20 years.
No, you said we let them in. You said we let them in.
Well, we are part of this country, aren't we? Let me simplify that.
Oh.
I'll apologize.
That's a contradiction.
We.
That's a contradiction. That's not an insult.
Let me apologize for the contradiction and say that the country let them in. So I don't have to say we and don't make myself sound contradictory. I'm saying that to say this here. They let them in so they can pay for something later. Okay, now that they're here, it's a big joke. Who wins?
What everybody's missing out on.
Brother. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Who wins?
I understand that, but we can sit around and lean into the commode all night. But after a while, we have to flush it and figure out what we're gonna do. All right, we can bellyache about everything under the sun, but the point is that we have to have an agenda, something that we are going to do. We got to turn the page. We got to evolve.
Let me ask you a personal question, brother. If I can ask you a personal question, I guarantee it's not going to be disrespectful. If the government said today, if Donald Trump said today, you have to leave America, you, me, Martin, everybody else that look like us, we have to be gone by the end of this year. What are you prepared to do? You. I ain't talking about Martin. I'm asking you.
All right, I'm gonna answer your question right here and right now.
Listen.
I can only deal. We can only deal with what's in front of us. Now that's a hypothetical that's out of left field. That's not even worth the moment to even give it
right?
some
You
time.
think that's out of left field, brother? Let me tell you something, brother.
It's a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical. That's a hypothetical.
I tell you what. So we can be even. So you and I can be even. Whatever come out of your mouth and whatever come out of my mouth is called subjective. So we can be even. Here's the point I'm trying to make to you, my brother. They giving up on us. They gave us a choice. Is he gonna sit here and deal with this, or you gonna leave? And I asked you a direct question that you didn't answer. If they said you have to leave within a year, where are you going to go?
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but right now we got things in front of us.
I hear you, brother. I like the way you skated around there. I like the way you skated around there. You
No, because what you're saying is just a lot of subjective stuff. We need to be operating on facts.
Exactly.
What are we going? I mean, that's the point.
Hold on for a second. If everything I say is subjective, then what make yours override mine? Yours is subjective too.
It's fact-based, brother. It's fact-based, brother. It's fact-based, brother. One minute, I mean.
At the end of the day, brother, listen. Over-talking
you speaking contradictions, my friend. Those are contradictions.
Over-talking me and telling me I'm using contradictions.
I think you're doing that to me right now.
Well, you're right.
You're doing that to me right now.
You're not listening to me.
You're upset because you got caught with a contradiction.
No, I'm not upset, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm not upset.
You must be hitting nerves.
I want you to hear me.
One minute you say we. One minute you say we let them in.
You came onto the show. You came onto the show with an insult. Okay.
No, I pointed out a contradiction. That wasn't an insult.
What you call it? But I'm gonna tell you how I took it. I took it as an insult.
Flush the toilet. Let's stop smelling the commode. Flush the toilet. Flush the toilet, cuz.
You bottled up in your own steam. You bottled up in your own steam, bro. You bottled up in your own steam.
Circles. You talking in circles, my friend. We need to take this energy and work on a plan.
I've landed my plane so many times with you. You the one that didn't get it. Everybody else did.
You're the only one upset because you got caught with a contradiction.
Oh, so now you think I'm upset because I'm yelling at you, right? I'm yelling at you because you ain't hearing me. You talking to me because I'm beneath you. I'm not beneath you,
you disrespecting me with the tone of your voice.
Well, hold on for a second. You came onto the show with a disrespect. One disrespect deserves another. Now where you at?
Disrespect, that's a contradiction. How's a contradiction a disrespect?
I tell you what. Eat good tonight.
Martin, this is why we're not going forward. We can go in circles. We can go in circles with hypotheticals. We need a plan. We need to be on the same page.
You want to come over here like you some big shot and know every damn thing. You can just ostracize everybody's analogy. Who do you
Well, look,
think
brother,
you
you
are,
stay in the land of make believe.
no other man out there.
You're in the land of make believes with your hypotheticals, brother. You know,
I mean,
we need to be dealing with facts.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go back to the original. I'm gonna go back to the original. What I said to you. If that man told you that you have to leave, you ain't got, and he told you have to leave, and you have to leave within a year, you ain't got nowhere to go. That speaks for you.
That's called the land of make believe. That's the land of make believe.
It don't speak for me. You can call make believe if you want to. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you own. You don't know what I own. You don't know
nothing.
You
report that?
Me.
Channel 7 did that story? I said CNN reported on that. Did Channel 7 do that story? You in the land of make believe, brother.
I don't know.
We're trying to deal with the reality that's in front of us.
I don't watch CNN. I don't watch TV.
You need to read something, man, because you out left field.
TV is a land of make-believe, and that's where you at.
All right, I'm done with this, man.
All right.
Y'all talking circles and keep smelling in the commode, all right?
Okay.
As if you somebody big.
Okay,
we
got a new caller. Let's go to the new caller. 513. Come on, caller. Area code 513. Area code 513. I think they're in. Caller, they in now. Come on, caller, 513. Area code 513.
Hey, Brother Martin, how you doing this evening?
Good. How you doing?
I wanted to read something to you from Brother Malcolm X. I think it's so pertinent. Do you mind?
Oh, go ahead. Can you do me a favor? Can you talk just a little louder? You just need to up the volume. Okay. Because I ain't got my headphones on. I'm using the speakers. Okay. Go ahead.
The white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the black man. Let me first explain what I mean by the white liberal. In America, there's no such thing as Democrats and Republicans anymore. That's antiquated. In America, you have liberals and conservatives. This is what the American political structure boils down to among whites. The only people who are still living in the past and thinks in terms of I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican is the American Negro. He is the one who runs around bragging about party affiliation, and he is the one who sticks to the Democrats or sticks to the Republicans. But white people in America are divided into two groups, liberals and Republicans, or rather liberals and conservatives. And when you find white people vote in political pictures, they're not divided in terms of Democrats and Republicans. They're divided consistently as conservatives and as liberals. This last part. The Democrats who are conservative vote with Republicans who are conservative. Democrats who are liberal vote with Republicans who are liberal. You find this in Washington, D.C. now. The white liberals aren't white people who are for independence, who are for liberal, who are for moral, who are for ethical in their thinking. They are just a faction of white people who are jockeying for power, the same as the white conservatives are a faction of white people who are jockeying for power. Now they are fighting each other for the booty, for power, for prestige. And the one who is the football in the game is the Negro. 20 million black people in this country are political football, a political pawn, an economic football, an economic pawn, a social football, a social pawn. And that's Malcolm X. So are we going to continue to fight each other over political parties?
I hear you, sister.
I like that. I like that.
Listen, sister, I hear you loud and clear. And I just try to tell black people, I tell black people all the time, there are no permanent enemies in politics. Let me say it again.
Only permanent enemies.
No permanent enemies in politics. Both parties, conservative, all right, and liberals, are responsible for the shutdown here in America. Both of them are. Period. Go ahead, my sister. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just had to say that. Yeah.
And we just love ourselves so much. And we all just want what's best for ourselves, but we keep running to these political parties, and our churches act as a sounding board for those political parties while they take our money from our communities. But the solution is, whether we want to hear it or not, is unity. Find something that you can agree on. Find something that you can do together. And it's a disservice to our youth because they're so self-annihilating and on the genocidal path because we didn't teach them. They used to hang little black boys. They used to chase you out of the community, and if they caught you, they would make shoes out of you, make couch fillings out your hair. We don't have a history of serial killers. We don't have holidays where we celebrate all the different ways to murder and kill and harm. That's not us. It's not. We Marvin Gaye. We B.B. King. We a good time. We a happy, glorious people, but we have not passed the baton to the next generation, and they don't know or they don't understand the genocidal maniac that we live under. We've seen them around the world starving people and didn't think they would starve us. And what if the government don't open? Then what?
Tell the truth and shame the devil. Say it, sister. Sister, I don't know where you come from, but I appreciate what you said, because I'm telling you, you put a quote on in us, So I didn't say it, Malcolm X said it, but I agree with it. I
It's
tell
in
you.
the picture on the white liberals. Look it up, y'all. Look to our ancestors who actually was hands-on in fighting the system. We're not doing that no more. We got comfortable, we got spoiled, we thought it was all good. They flooded the country with all these different people who come in here and get rich up off us. And now we have an arrested development. But it's not the end of it. We can do it, we can fix it. But like I said, we're gonna need communities. Thank you, brother. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Brother Bill, go ahead. Go ahead, Brother Bill.
Hey, everybody. You said it right, and the sooner us as a people get it in our head that both parties are at fault, not only with this shutdown, but period, with the state of what Black people are in. They are complicit, have been. You kind of might have figured it. Even say, for instance, Malcolm X or Dr. Martin Luther King kind of figured it and had some insight. But right now, in this past 5 years or so, it's in plain sight. Ain't no hiding from it. It's the truth. These people do not care about us in any kind of way. You look at what's happening in Chicago versus what's going on right now in the federal government. We, the people, have stated what we want, like, or dislike. Right here in Chicago. And it fell on deaf ears every kind of way it could. They doing what they want to do. And whether it's Donald Trump, which all of this had been going on decades before he got in office, with Obama,
Tell the truth
any other president,
and shame the
they
devil.
answer to white supremacy. Please believe that. That's why things are the way they are, because they answer to corporate America and the top 1% who owns more wealth than everybody else in the whole country. Wake up and smell a coffee These people don't have our interests at hand, and just with this migrant situation, anytime there's an influx of immigrants, it pushes us to the bottom. But white supremacy is so slick, it's so savvy. They have poor white people that they carry out their deeds and make them feel like they want them, and at the same time, they doing almost the same thing they doing us. Almost. They just ain't killing them and lynching them or locking them up in jail. They get a get out of jail free card. But
well, they still doing some lynching down here. They still doing some lynching down here.
Yeah, I'm talking about they not doing it to white people.
Yeah.
And if you go back in history is repeating itself. Mm-hmm. This is about replacing, and we don't know what concessions these people have been getting. We know what we heard in the last 2 years, but we don't know what concessions they've been getting for the last 10 or better. How is it that a person come from Afghanistan whose economy and pay scale is not the same as ours, but he come here and is able to have money to just to get a apartment and survive for 5 months would take the wealth of his whole family for 2 generations. But he here, his family here, his brother here, his uncle here, his mama and daddy here. Come on, man. Wake up. And as far as that question, if Donald Trump, even though it could never happen, because you'd have to prove there's proof that we are American citizens. We were here already before they got here. But if by chance, why in the hell would I think about leaving because a president said it? Or whoever, Congress mama, when they didn't sit back and let a group of people come here and act a fool in our streets and say they ain't leaving and you protect them, I'm supposed to take your word in hand and say, I gotta go now. Hell no. That ain't the kind of Negro I am. No.
I hear you, man. I hear you, bro.
No.
I like the way you said that though, Marcus. I like the way you said that, and it was just an honest question. It was hypothetical, but I like the way you said that. But the only point I was trying to make is that while we talking about how to unify ourselves and this and that, that's one way of protecting our interests. But we also have to have another interest. And that interest is this. What are you prepared to do when all that stuff fails? Can you leave the country? I'm just asking. Can you leave the country? Do you have other options, anything like that? That's the only thing I was trying to ask.
I could do what I want. I could do what I want. Mm-hmm. But what I want is what's due to me. Mm-hmm. What has been due to my people, my ancestors.
I'm there with you.
This thing, we got all these Judases. We done picked them out just on this show. We done came up with all the solutions. We just got to move on them and be strategic.
But do you remember? Do you remember when we talked about that on Martin Show? We talked about it a lot, and we talked about the number and how big the number would be. We said $150,000, and only 34 million African Americans qualify for that in America. I think they said it's 159 million African Americans. That's overnight power. If they gave us $150,000 times 34 million people overnight, that's a change in power.
Okay. All right. Hold it.
Reason why
okay. Hold it, brother. Hold it. Let me say this. All due respect. Bill, what is our spending power in this country, black people?
1.3 trillion. Woo!
Okay, I'll rest my case. We got power.
And we got power, or we got money, but our money hasn't been transferred to power. It's strategic plays that we have to make, and it comes in the political realm. First of all, we let the media sit up and feed us, and right now talking about this SNAP stuff. First thing people think in mind or have in years that it's black people on welfare getting SNAP. When we done found out that it's more white people. Not only that, we done found out just recently that it's more SNAP benefits going to Afghanis, Ukrainians, all these other nationalities that has migrated here in the last 5 to 10 years. They get more than the American people, black and white, together. We a political pawn, man, in this game, and we just got to get wiser. Why is it that, okay, first thing we think is single mother with lashes and ghetto with 5 kids. She the one getting SNAP. You know, it's a lot of black women and white that work that might make 35, 40,000 a year. Don't miss no days. Dedicated to making sure that their family all right. They get SNAP. A lot of people, but we whatever black people see on TV, what they hear, especially since they listen to the internet, that's what they run with.
Okay, Jim.
They've been our friend.
Never. I call it the fourth brain. Okay, people, it has been a great discussion. We're going to be almost at the 2-hour mark. As you know, to get up in the morning and go to work, the sacrifice. So it's definitely a sacrifice. And I appreciate all the comments and thoughts and all that. And some of the things that you've heard over this platform is not my views. So I appreciate everybody's views, but some of them is just not my views. You can't hold me to them, nor I claim them. So I'm just here listening to make opinions, but everything I say that isn't necessarily is the truth or is law or anyone on this platform. So we have to try to stick with the facts when we speak on here. And I try my best to stay with it too. Some things I have my suspicion without proof. You know, some things people say, well, how could you prove that? You can't prove it. You know, I might not never see you having sex, but I know you're pregnant. So I know you've been doing something. I didn't see you with the naked eye, but I know a baby just didn't pop up in your stomach. So some things we might not never be able to prove, but we know it's happening. It's almost like a cheating spouse. He or she never got caught, but we got our suspicion. And sometimes suspicion can get you in trouble, get you landed in court. Defamation of character, anything. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful, people. So thank you guys again. And I'm going to end it right there. Appreciate you. You already know what it is. You already know what it What is. is it? Live. And what? Uncut. Unedited. Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys like the video. No matter what platform you're on, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X. Please like the video. Thank you so much. Peace out.